Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Let's go to God's Word. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Jesus is talking here in the Sermon on the Mount. And he says in verse 6, "Do not give dogs what is holy, and do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you." It's so complex, it's simple. Jesus is basically saying, work hard not to exert too much energy where there can possibly be no fruit, where there cannot possibly be any fruit. Jesus is basically saying that we ought to have discerning eyes and ears and hearts to make sure that the direction we're exerting our gospel energy towards has some potential to truly glorify Him. And the whole idea is that sometimes we can throw a lot of good after bad if we're not careful. Sometimes if we're not careful, we'll invite ourselves into relationships that aren't gonna garner a lot of fruit, not gonna produce a lot of fruit. I kind of applied this in the way of those ornery people, those obnoxious people in your life that you love but can't fix. Oh, come on, somebody, and say amen. They're making bad decisions. They've made up their minds that who they are is who they want to be in this season. They don't want to grow. They don't want to be challenged. Yet here you are, ever faithful, loving on them, encouraging them, asking them to change their ways, showing them better ways, exhausting your energy, exhausting your resources for someone who at the end of the day really don't want any of the help you're giving them. And it doesn't mean don't give the help, but sometimes it does mean check yourself, because maybe this person's in a place where only God can really get them to wake up to the error of their ways right now. And God may want you to just kind of subtract some of that energy there and add some of that energy in places where there's actually some potential for some fruit. Don't throw your pearls after swine. Sometimes we need to mind our business. Sometimes we need to let God show people some things that they refuse to let us show them. Sometimes we just need to kind of check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Where in your life are you just kind of exerting too much energy for not enough fruit, where God is saying, you know what, appreciate it, but you know what, they're in a place where I got to handle that, but you go over to this section of my vineyard, and because that soil is fresh and ready to be cultivated. Me and my buddy Albert would always say it like this: stop trying to eat at dinners you hadn't been invited to. Sometimes people are just like, you know what? Yeah, I appreciate it's good, but at the end of the day, I want to be a fool, okay? And what does it mean for you to love them from a distance so that you can love them well and let God do what only He can do? I hope that makes sense. Don't throw your pearls after swine. That's Hope for Today. I'll see you next time.